here's the thing that I can't do for you. I can't stand there in your kitchen, unfortunately, and tell you where you're messing up your execution or where you kind of went wrong on your prep. But here is a mental trick that I'm going to give you right now. If you're in your kitchen on a Thursday night and you're flailing with prep to get something done, well, then that is your feedback that you're not prepped out, right? You're in what we call the weeds. Okay, you're not prepped. So I want you to stop and just kind of take note for a second of what that is. What is that thing? What is that item that's putting you in the weeds, right? Is it you're trying to steam your green beans on the fly? Is it you're trying to parboil your potatoes on the fly? What is it that's putting you in the weeds? And then I want you to stop and think about it, right? Just don't be a bull in a china shop just kind of powering through everything, right? If something puts you in the weeds, you got to stop and think about it. And that's the execution side. It is kind of mentally preparing yourself or mentally evaluating why something did or did not work. And when you get good enough at this thought process, then you can actually imagine yourself from start to finish cooking a dish in your kitchen and executing that dish and see these sort of nightmarish scenarios. I mean, on Thursday nights it's going to be not nightmarish, but how many of you, raise your hands, how many of you have had a horrible experience executing something, say on Thanksgiving or Christmas for 12 people, because you missed a step or you didn't think ahead or you planned poorly, right? So what you need to do is when you get in your kitchen and you feel that confinement of time, you need to ask yourself, why is that? Did I take on too much? Am I not properly prepped? And of course, this is all stuff universal from a professional perspective as well. So if you're a professional cook listening to this, same thing. You're hopping on the hotline at 5 o'clock at night, dinner service starts, you're scrambling around, you're prepping everything last minute. Where did you mess up? Okay, why aren't you prepped? Because when it comes time to start cooking, if you're scrambling to get your prep in place, you're going to be screwed, right? You want to focus specifically on execution when the time comes. When the time comes to cook, you want to focus on cooking, all right? And when you get more comfortable with it, you can do what I do, which is sometimes I'll start roasting meats while I'm slicing stuff. And I'm kind of juggling things in the kitchen. But if you're newer to this, if you feel like you're struggling with execution, then I would plan ahead as much as possible.